Okay, friends, so today we're just going to add a few more things to our art, some what we call highlights, and just a couple things in the background. So the first thing we're going to use is a Sharpie, and what we're going to do is just a few birds or crows in the sky. So I'm going to just, for the crows, what it is, it basically starts out as a V, and then you add just a little bit of curve at the end of it on each side. So when you're doing these and you're drawing these crows, you really want to think about, and you can thicken some areas as you need to. Spreading them out, not putting them all on one side of the page. Great, so I have that done. I'm going to put that Sharpie back, and I pushed really light on it so it didn't get ruined. Okay, now what we're going to do is some kind of light source. You can either do the moon, because sometimes when the sun is rising or sunset, you might even see both. But for ours, we're just going to pick one. You can either do the moon or the sun. I'm going to do the sun in mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a yellow, and in 1/4 of my paper, I'm going to draw a circle and fill it in. And then I think what I'm going to do for mine is orange, but again, you can do different colors, and I'm going to go around that orange. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to add some highlights. So with this, we're going to use a white pastel, and we're only going to add highlights to one side of our scarecrow's body. So friends, when you're doing this, we are not drawing any faces on our scarecrows or anything like that today, because these are called silhouettes, and it's going to look very weird if you draw any details today. So with a highlight, it is always located on the side where the light source is. So would I put my highlights on this side of my scarecrow or this side? I'd put them on the side where the sun is. That's my light source, the sun or the moon, whatever you decided to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the hat, and I want to look with the form. If my form is rounded, so will my highlight. And all I'm going to do is very lightly just a curve on that hat, and then a curve near the edge. I'm careful not, because I don't really want to smear this too much if I want to do a few on the edge here. So I'm just going on the very edge of the head, the top of the scarf, because my scarf is located on the highlight side. I'm going to do the tops inside of the arm, and then just, a highlight on this side, and maybe just some of the little frills I have there. So nothing crazy. Even in my pole, that same edge of my pole. Now the opposite side is your dark side that doesn't get the light on it. So that's why you do not want to add the highlights to that end. Now you can even add, some highlights in your grass. And this we can kind of spread throughout. You can go in with your white and just kind of build up with your grass. They're tiny little pieces of grass, so we can't really go through and try to just get the right side of every little piece of grass like we could with the scarecrow. So we're just going to spread them kind of throughout. If you even want to do a teeny bit of color in your grass, you can. I'm just going to take like a green. You can do whatever color you want, and maybe like I'm starting near the ground to see some of the colors, very little, not a lot. Okay. All right, anything you want to do, like clouds in your sky, you can. I'm just going to add a couple of clouds. They're going to really blend in the background, but you can kind of do whatever you want. Just again, we want to keep it a silhouette, so we don't really want to add a whole ton of detail in our scarecrow, just those highlights. And that is it for your silhouette art, my friends.